What's up, y'all? I'm Okiki, your host.
Moses.
And I'm Daniel.
Welcome to the journey and stay tuned. Yo, what's good? We back again, episode 9.
Episode 9.
The Journey Podcast. Well, you already know what it is. So, this is going to be a good episode. We talking about college and stuff because, the session day was, last week.
Yep.
So, now we with some people that are in college and, 3 seniors over here. So, we're just going to talk about different parts of college and, our process and everything about college. So, can y'all just introduce yourself?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Kaylin. I currently attended Morgan. I'm going back in the fall, so...
So my name is Randy. I go to Morgan State University. I'm going to be a sophomore next semester, and it's my end of my freshman year.
That's what's up. That's
good.
So, how y'all week been, though?
It's been a week.
It's a week.
It's definitely been a week. Finals, life, school. I stay occupied, so there's never a time where I be everywhere but my room.
Oh, damn.
So yeah.
Mine has been very lovely, very peaceful, kind. It was a couple tears, but we got through it.
What made it lovely? What made your week lovely?
Lovely. I'm breathing.
Oh,
That was good enough. Hey.
Well, yeah, my week, Monday I had a workout. I was dead after the workout, track workout, yeah. That was probably the worst workout I had all season. But yeah, now Wednesday, it was Thursday, we had a meet. It was a good ass meet. Then Saturday, I messed up my back and my knees because I was trying to jump. So they had to take me out of my relay. So now I just got to get ready for regionals next week Saturday. And hopefully my body don't give up on me.
How you mess up your knee again, bro?
Bro,
You're not stretching?
what
happened to the
I just do a lot,
recovery?
I do a lot, right? Try to recover, but
At the
sometimes,
end of the day,
yeah,
a minor setback for a major comeback.
for sure.
Hey,
That's how
hey,
it is.
man.
Real talk.
For sure.
Yeah, for me, my week's been good,
It's your birthday today,
Yeah,
yo.
today's my
Indeed.
birthday.
Happy
Thank
birthday.
you.
I didn't
sir.
say that.
I'm low key, I don't really. But yeah, I'm feeling good. My week was good, I just got
on his birthday too.
Yeah, that's crazy. I got one. But yeah, finished with the lacrosse season, so I'm back to working out. Yeah.
Y'all
but-
seen it over?
Yeah. But I made it to the All-Star game, so I'm going to that.
He's
Yes,
fucking that. Yeah.
So I'm getting ready for that. But yeah, my week's been good. I'm chilling.
What about you, Big Money?
Damn. Not big money no more. Kashmir was gone, but definitely been eventful after my trip last week.
Mm-hmm.
Quite damn.
You went to
See my
Chicago, right?
brothers, yeah.
Oh,
See my
yeah,
brother
so-
walk the stage, bachelors, future doctor, shit, bro. It's just motivation, just damn, I'm gonna be there soon. So after that, couple videos that I did on the side, I didn't finish all of them, but I was still happy to see how they turned out because I honestly had no clue what I was gonna edit them, I was gonna record them. But at the end, it was I finished that shit. So expense for prom next week, this Friday, or Saturday. So damn.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Really,
We getting ready.
Y'all got a prom the same day. Yeah, I ain't tell you. What's cool? When you called me to come for Core Day send off, yeah, I was at a wedding. I was taking up videos and stuff. At Dream, I was up there from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m.
Damn.
I was taking videos behind the scenes type of stuff, bro. It was crazy.
Crazy night, bro.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you made a decision for college, right?
Yeah.
Where you going?
UMBC.
Yes,
Let's
sir.
go.
Go Retrievers, bro.
Retriever.
You going to Loyola?
Yeah, I'm going to Loyola Greyhounds. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm going to CCBZ doing JUCO for a year. Yeah, this best decision for me right now. Just feel because my body just trying to take a break. Not really trying to take a break, just get my body together and just see what I can do and try to see if I still love the sport.
Exactly.
Yeah.
As long as you don't give up, it's
Yeah,
all
for sure,
good.
for sure. So how's college been for you?
And college been for me very eventful. My freshman year, I came in
I already knew people. So like a lot of people I already knew. We actually went to like the same summer program for Morgan because they called a CASA program. So like basically students who didn't get fully accepted still got a chance to get to the school. So we took writing, math, and English. So after we took those 3 courses, we already knew each other getting on campus. So my head was already on the swivel of what was going on. Also, we had the roll call page. So everybody who already committed to the school, we just networked through there. So that was pretty good. So I already came to college like I already know what I'm doing. I already knew my dorm. I already knew my people. I already knew my clique. I'm straight.
Smooth transition.
Smooth transition, because I knew what I put myself into. So then my life changed actually. Like 2 weeks later, my friend Eugene, he asked me on Instagram. He was like, "Do you want to do SGA with me?" I only went to the meeting because I wanted to be Mr. Freshman.
What's SGA?
SGA, the Student Government Association. They actually is the office that actually helps you. Basically, like the student leaders on campus, and the student leaders on campus usually go through SGA. So I was like, all right, cool. You know what? I don't see why not. Last minute, we took the pictures. We had the campaign going, Airborne Administration, and we won. It was like, out of 500 people, we had 342 votes. So like, we basically had almost the entire vote. Like their 50% could have matched up with our 49, or like even more than that collectively. So like we won. And then, it was cool being a student leader. It was disorganized at first because, like, we don't know what we're doing. Then we had to get on the ball. So I was like, all right, cool. Let me tighten up. And I'm a theater major. So, like, I'm doing SGA. I'm singing on top of my lungs. And I'm on the choir. So I'm definitely singing on top of my lungs through 2 o'clock to 3:20. After that, I got theater practice. So now I'm acting. Then after acting, I have a whole meeting. Then after the meeting, I don't even go back to sleep. And then I gotta do my homework. So it's not like, oh my God. So then I'm doing all of this stuff. I made it out. My first semester, I had like a 2.6, 2.7. I'm like, yo, this is not me. So I was like, but luckily I was still at SGA because I had over 2.5. So all my money came in, my scholarships came in. And then going into spring semester, my president failed. So now I'm like, okay.
The president failed?
He failed. So like in a month, I had to tighten up. They told me on the spot. You president. So I'm like,
that's crazy.
So I'm like, that's great. I'm so happy. Not. I had to find me a whole new vice president. I had to find me 3 more senators. I had to find me a secretary. I had to find a whole new board. Because people on my board failed too. So I'm like, all right. Fuck y'all. So now I'm like, I really got to tighten up. Yeah. So I called in my my secretary, Christian, to say, yo, Christian, you want to be my vice president? Sure, bet. So I got VP already, did my little interviews, got people going in, and then like I made the best decision for my team. So I was like, all right, cool. So look, now we the new administration, we the Airborne administration. You already know what's going on. You got any feelings? Great, I don't care. We gotta get this thing done. Simple. Like, you got picked for a reason. True. I feel you're going to make the best decision. Let's do it. So then I'm leading a whole group of people to actually learn about SGA, knowing how to be a student leader, knowing how to move accordingly. Because now it's like, you're not just you. You're a representative of the entire university. Yep, so, like, always keep that in mind. From 11 to 5, you're a student leader. After that, I don't care what you do.
Yeah.
I mean, honest. Like, just don't do anything illegal.
I got a question. Definitely. Yeah. So it's like, is every college student balancing multiple stuff at a time? Like,
no, you have some nonchalant students who literally does work, my life, and that's it. And then you have some people who just don't do anything. Right. So, like, there will be people in college who don't know why they're in college. Simple. You're going to have people who are going to come across like that. Like, there's people in my class who literally told me, I don't know why I'm here. I'm just, my mother gave me no choice. Damn. So it's like, okay, cool. That's you. Me? No. I already knew what I was doing. I already knew what I was preparing myself for, and I kept going. So then it's crazy because then, as we all know, like government is re-elections. That means you got to get re-elected. Definitely. So I got, so then Christian, my vice president was married.
Oh, wow.
At 18 to a white woman. I don't know who told her to make that decision.
Dr. Umar.
Heavy on it. So, like, when that was going on, we was like, all right, cool, whatever. But Chris, he always been a soldier. Always kept 10 toes down. Whatever going to happen, he made it happen. Even when he was doing school, pre-law association, everything else, he still came out with 3.8 GPA. So he ain't never let anything stop him. That was my motivation, telling me ain't nothing going to stop me. He has a whole wife, and he can still do what he can supposed to do. Right. They had some altercation. He was like, yo, Randy, I love you, but I want to do Mr. Sophomore. So he came out to do Mr. Sophomore because he wanted to really focus on himself. Like, this is a position where I'm by myself. I like being VP, but like, you're still head of the table. I want to be the head of myself. I said, you know what, go ahead. I couldn't blame him because like he's doing something best for him.
Yeah.
And it wasn't out of like hatred. It wasn't out of like, well, I don't want to do this no more. It was more of like, I want to benefit myself.
Right.
So I let him do. Things happened. He had to drop out of the race. Nothing illegal or anything, but like he said, you know what, let me take a mental break for myself. I'm going through a lot. I'm going through my marriage. I don't know why the fuck you got married at 18, but it's okay. Just you gotta do what's best for you, and he did what's best for him. So then my senator, Tamira, I was like, you know, you're one of the best people on my board. You want to be my VP? She said, yeah. So like, all right, cool. Yeah. We had we didn't do airborne administration. We had the distance administration. It all makes sense. Like, it was really going forward to our sophomore class. Well, for next semester. Right. So I was like, okay, I like this idea. We went forward. We ran unopposed. So I was like, a part of me was like, yes, we got this in the bag. Part of me was like, this shit is boring. Because it's like, who am I going up against? But that just taught me it's going to be me versus me, literally. Right. So now I was telling myself, okay, so like, are you going to be better than you was from yesterday, or are you going to stay the same? Because you know what's running against you. So the only person you going against yourself right now is you. So I was like, you know, I'm going to benefit myself then. I'm going to put myself first, but also put myself in a position to win each and every day. Connect myself with different other people all the time. And I just reached out. Apparently, the presidents of the school knew me. I don't know who they are. At first, I'm being honest. I do not know the president of Morgan State. Right. Like, until I saw him, he was like, Randolph. I said, yeah, that's me. And like, we started talking. He was like, you know, I saw you every day in the Post. Post. Mind you, I don't read the news. I don't even look at the news. Like, look at the news for, especially the Washington Post, a newspaper. You bugging? Like, I'm not 80. Like, I don't do that type of stuff. So he called me. He was like, "Yo, I saw you. Did your parents know?" I said, "I guess they know now." It's like, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, like, no. And he's like, "Well," he told me about it. I looked at it. I was like, "Yo, it's really in the Post," because they came to the school to interview us about, because HBCUs got bomb threats on February 1st.
Oh yeah.
So like, they all going around HBCUs like, how do y'all feel? Like, did you get personally threatened? Like, you know, like, they're white people. So like, when you talk to white people, you gotta talk like in a different manner. So like, Karen coming to me accordingly. So, like, did you see anything? Like, was there any attention?
Right.
I'm like, no, man, there wasn't. So like, and then they just put me in the paper. My mask was on, my hand was like this, so I was featured in Washington Post. So I was like, that's tough. That's like that, yeah. And I didn't even know, really, because like, until he told me. So then I was like, all right, cool. And then Dr. Banks, the vice president of Morgan State, he was like, yo, I see your leadership on roles. Do you want to be on my committee? I said, a committee? What do you mean a committee? Like, remind you,
life really changed.
It changed like within like 3 months, and I'm like, I mean, yes. I don't want to say no.
Right.
Like, it's
you don't even know what you're going to.
Exactly. I don't know exactly what I'm going for. It's the housing committee, which basically means I'm going to be on a committee where I actually help people not get housing, but have better housing. So I was like, okay, cool. So I'm like, where do I start? What do I got to do? I didn't get no instructions yet. All I know is my name's on the ballot. So I was like, okay. So now at this point, I'm like, all right, are we going to do something, or this is just a title to be withhold? Right. Because, like, don't get me wrong, I'm very honored, but, like, in order for me to have a position, I want to know what I'm doing.
Definitely.
Because I don't want to just have a title and not do anything. That's all politics. Everybody have a title and they don't do shit. That's not me. Because even though I am president, I do stuff. I make sure the class actually get where they're supposed to be at. Like, I'm not just going to stand still. That's dumb. So that happened, which was a blessing, of course. So that happened. Me and Tamira won the race because we ran unopposed. And ever since then, it literally just been keeping up with the class, making sure people get things done we're supposed to be doing, how we can actually get people more money, more motivation. Because it's like, I did not know with HBCUs, a lot of them don't have no funding. They have no money. Like, you telling me y'all been open for damn near 2 centuries and y'all got no money?
How are you running?
Like, how y'all running this? And they told me, well, Randy, how we run things are, we know we're D1, of course. That means we go through the schools, we go through the competitions, but none of the money outside of those sports compete with other things. So, like, you know, the cheerleading team, they're competitive sport because they compete. They actually were second in the nation this year for cheerleading. That's great. But, like, the dance teams, all dances, all extracurricular, yeah, y'all get no money. So, like, your $20 shirt, that's your $20 you gotta get out of your pocket, which is fine. But it's like,
you will expect the school to.
I expect the school to do. We go here, like.
You're gonna pay like brands
because you paying like a lot for college and
that's what I'm saying. And the out of state students, up front is 30 grand.
40 grand, depending on how they.
What? And mind you, HBCUs, they don't do that good with funding. Like, as far as like scholarships and grants. So it's like, you really gotta look. So, but what I did was, I'm like, you know what? There's no reason we got all this new stuff and y'all got no money. So I was like, I'm gonna get y'all ultimatum. I talked to Dr. Wilson. I was like, listen, you know, I'm like, cause mind you, I sit down with y'all. It's not like I just met you. Like on the housing committee, you really gonna sit down with the people who make 10 times more money than I do currently right now. Your check, I haven't seen that many zeros before.
And you're still working.
And I still work there. And like student government, you don't get paid for that. But I'm like, I'm not getting paid. I want to make sure my class still gets something. Cause there's no reason we still like trying to, rob Peter to pay Paul, and we still have nothing in return. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I did my research, cause they always tell you stuff. I don't like when people tell me stuff. I gotta do my own research, because you can tell me a lie and I'm not gonna believe that lie.
It's definitely right.
So and that's why I said, let me like find out for myself. Morgan State had $400 million just came to the school not that long ago. And I'm like, okay, cool. Where did this money come from? The Calvin and Tina Turner, they're the people that actually went to Morgan State, but they donated $22.3 million. They donated that money out of their own pocket because they're graduating students, which means they have scholarships, they have grants. They're the ones who actually bought the Bursar building right there. So when you go past East Coast Spring Lane, that entire thing is dedicated towards them. It's called Tyler Hall, Calvin Tina Tyler Hall, sorry. And that the whole building is dedicated to them, and they have a concert hall, but they also have scholarships under their names for full tuition students. Students can apply to. You have a certain GPA, but that's still something. I told myself, if you have over 3.0 GPA, you should not be paying for school. If you're smart, you're not supposed to be paying for school. Simple. I have over a 2.5. That comes from my choir. That comes from my senatorial grant, because I live in the state of Maryland. That also came from me just also knowing people. And I literally just told Dr. Wilson, I'm broke. How can you help me? Like, what can I do? And like, I didn't even know. So like, I didn't tell people. My grandfather, he also went to Morgan State. My grandfather went to Morgan State. He graduated in class in 1965. He's supposed to do 63, but he's black. He lived in America during 1960, so shit happens. And he graduated in 65. My aunt put a scholarship under his name for me to also go to school. So me going to school is never the problem. I try to apply for my grandfather's grant because it's in my name. My name is Randolph Wallace Smith. My middle name come from him. So I'm like, I can't make this shit up, Karen. Right. Why can't I get the money? She said, due to nepotism, you're not allowed to actually apply for your family's grants. I said, that's illegal. What? So you telling me I got to apply for a loan
separately
because of him? And he said, yeah. So you know what? That's dead. I called my mother. My mother was like, yeah, we got to do something about that. Loan, paying back money, you crazy. So mommy put down a down deposit, and she got that from my aunt, because my aunt's responsible for the scholarship that was withheld. Morgan State didn't even know my grandfather even went there, which is fine because it's 65. Right. The time he graduated, y'all was not even thought of, if not born. Like Dr. Wilson, how old was he? Like 7?
Probably.
Like he was a child. Right. So I'm like, of course they don't know anything about him. But I was like, that's crazy to me, because it's like, I didn't know, but now y'all want to tell me. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I just put 2 to 2 together. My thing's finished this semester and next semester. My tuition already paid off because I made those connections and stuff like that. But my main thing was like, how do I help outside students? Because we all from Baltimore. A lot of us don't even want to go to Morgan because we've been around it all our life. I grew up in East Baltimore. I did not want to go there. It's up the street. That's not even a college experience. That's not like what is it, like what, 13th grade? That's how I was thinking mentally.
Just like the local high school up the street, you buy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's dumb. But I was like, I'm glad I went because I learned college on my own. I don't gotta pay back. So like by the time I graduate, I don't got no debt. So I said I will sacrifice me staying here for a period of time so I can graduate debt free. So I said that's cool. I already got my credits in. I already know what I'm going to do for my freshman and my senior year. I take 16 credits my freshman and sophomore year completely for both semesters, and I take 14 credits my junior and senior year because you need 120 credits to graduate. So I said, if I know the math now, by the time my senior year hits, I'm already going to graduate spring of 2022. I did not know a lot of seniors.
Let me ask her about her. Was a compliment.
You just dropped a lot of knowledge on it.
No cap.
Right, for real. Like,
let's have this man one more time.
I know. I was thinking about it.
I'll be back.
Right,
definitely back.
You just dropped a bunch of gems on it. Like, I didn't even
know about all this stuff.
Honestly, not to... We're gonna move to you, but like about that SGA, SGA, right? I honestly want to apply for my freshman year, and Gio, we had him here once upon a time, and for him, next year he's running, and me hearing about this vice president, right? I definitely know, like, according to like being a leadership amongst like my class of 2022 in my school, very, you know, associated with students and the social structure, because we're from Nigeria, as you can tell. So like, from being able to come here and being able to rediscover yourself in a new environment and developing in, you know, such a strict social agenda. So being that, like, how you handle it
Man, that's a great question. How I handled it was basically just coming in, like, always remember where you came from. One thing I always definitely told myself, I always reminded myself, like, where I came from, who I am, but also my purpose, like, why am I here? Always remind yourself, like, why are you here and who's going to be with you at the end of the day, because that's going to determine the rest of what's going on. Because if you don't have a foundation of what you're doing for what you want to do, it's like, why am I doing it to begin with? Because, you know, a lot of people always forget where they came from and or what it is now. Yes, I was vice president, but I also remember, like, I was also with mommy doing stuff that things wasn't always, you know, glamorous and gold. And I always told myself, like, I will never put myself in a position to fail ever again. Because in high school, I never did SGA. I don't think I even was I didn't even know my principal like that. I'm being honest. Like, we talked when I got in trouble, but we never talked on, like, on a one-on-one, like, yeah, what you want to do after college?
Right,
no.
You as a student. I definitely, like, pinpoint that as around to the school structure of how, like, many students will go by high school, and I think it's not them to be blamed. It's how shortage of, you know, teaching structure is. Like, they aren't paid enough. Isn't glamorous as to be a doctor over a teacher. Like, imagine if it's like a debate, like, I want to be a teacher over a doctor in the near future. How much kids will be developed into society in a more educated and more meaningful way. So, like, I appreciate that. So just let them know your name again so they could.
Alright, so I am McKaylin, and my story is more so where I lost myself, and I'm in the phase of finding myself again, because I'm not gonna lie, when I was younger, I never really thought about going to college. That wasn't my thing. I was more into, like, entertainment. I wanted to just do whatever was, like, lights, camera, action, you know? So when my people came down and be like, so what you gonna do now? So what you gonna do now? I was going through a lot of depression and anxiety. So that really crushed down on me to the point where it was like I was giving up. So I just went for the easiest thing. Morgan was just easy, even though I wanted to go to this private school, Full Sail, in Florida to do film. But Morgan was easy. I didn't have to worry about money so much, and it was like, let's do it. So when it came down to going to school, when you're not in it and you go to school, it's like, this is pointless and you're wasting time. So you really have to build your mental health to be able to go to college. Don't go to college if you're not mentally prepared for it, physically prepared for it, financially prepared for it. And I know a lot of people like, just do the loans, do scholarships and all of that. And if y'all are anything like how I was, like how y'all was saying, I didn't know about all these benefits that came with going to school, all these opportunities and help. Like, I'm the first child, so a lot of stuff like came down on me. So I was like the rat or whatever, you know. Right. So so basically they like, did it work with her? If it didn't, but do better with the next one. So when that happens, it breaks you down as a person. It breaks your social, your physical, your mental, and it just makes you want to give up. So I really did go to school and just float. It was just like, I was at school and I didn't really pay attention to anything. I just got my work done, went home, went to work. Simple. I was like, that's how I'm gonna go through college. I'm gonna go to class, get my work done, go home, go to work. And that became useless. Right. Yeah, like it served no purpose for my happiness, no any of that. I lost my art, I lost my creativity, I lost all of it. Like, I lost my passion. So when you lose something like that, you lose who you are. It's like, what the fuck am I? Like, what am I doing? Like, and you feel like a loser. And then one thing that always comes to my mind when that happens is, I remember if you don't learn from history, you're bound to repeat it, right? That's what my great aunt always told me. So I will always remember that. Like, I remember where my mother and father were. I remember they tried the college thing and they dropped out, and then they just went on about life and didn't really strive to do anything greater. Like, they tried to do the shortcut, cut the crust off the bread, not really give it they all, try to find the easy routes, you know? And sometimes you really do have to go through those hard paths to find, to find what really matters, you know? So I went to school, and right after winter break happened, I was like, no, I'm done. I'm throwing in silent. I cannot go back. I can't. So when I didn't go back, I was lucky to have a couple friends that really were like on my ass. Like, they were on my ass like, nah, Michaela, then what you gonna do? What you gonna do?
Yeah, because you way too smart for that.
Exactly. So, and me being myself, I was hard on myself. Like, I was real like, what the hell is wrong with you? Are you stupid? Like, are you really stupid? What are you gonna do now? So I tried to do little things on the side. I tried to be, I got caught up in the media. I'm not gonna hold you. I got caught up in the media where it was like, well, if I'm not gonna go to school, why don't you do something in social media? Like, and that's giving half of myself. I'm not that person. Like, I'm too well-rounded to just give up on myself for a camera, you know? Just become a face and with no brain behind it, you know? So what I ended up doing is I got this job and I started working there, and when I finally started working there, I was like, I saw people older than me. They're like 30, they're like 28 and all that. I'm like, y'all been here for how long? They be like 12 years. Damn. I'm like, wait, yes, at this movie theaters. I was like, heck no. So that really,
I thought it was a corporation.
Exactly, no. And it really made me get off my ass. I was like, nah, you know what? I'm going back to school. I'm gonna really give it my all. So what helped me was I limited social media. I'm not gonna hold you. I limited. I deleted most of my stuff, and I just be like, I try to get back to my roots. I try to get back to writing poems, art, and all of that, creative stuff. And right now, I'm trying to go back to school, do dance and modeling, while also doing real estate. And you know, I'm just trying to keep busy. You know, I can't stay in the house. I can't just do a 9 to 5, you know? That's not me. And if it doesn't come with money, you know, that's cool as long as I'm happy. Definitely. As long as I'm happy and I'm proud of who I am, not who everybody sees me as, but who I am, I'm good. So that's really my story, you know? And I mean, if anybody else is like that out there, you know, don't be scared to like take that break and push back and like really observe where you at, you know? Because if you know how you in quicksand, you know, you're going too fast. You want to sink. You want to sink. You want to get trapped. So calm down, just breathe, and then it'll come together.
You know, it's crazy you talking about the money part. Like, you know, I think it was last episode.
Yeah, we did that. Yeah,
like it was like. Cause I was talking about myself, like I couldn't find myself outside of track before, cause before they even know that like it's track. So before I started this podcast, I just get into other stuff. Like I don't really get money from it, but like I feel like I'm doing something outside of it. So like later in the future, like I know, okay, I can do a couple things at the same time and like get money from it. So yeah, that's how it was for me.
Realistically, like I'm not gonna hold y'all back. Like for me, like. I believe like God doing is like special because it comes surprisingly. Like for me, like you said, applying to Morgan State, honestly, I have no issue. As I just believe I had like certain standard. If you keep up the standard, you're gonna reach what you gotta reach, like your goals. So like Morgan wasn't beneath me, but I just see it as like I would be taking the easy route. So my top schools that I was applying to were like Hampton, UMD, Towson, UMBC, and so like getting declined, like the offers that you got from Morgan, from like UMD and Towson, I was like, if I go there, I will be more so stressing myself, and they aren't willing to accept me as a student as I am on papers, but they don't know me as I am in person. So as if I make a major difference in a school that I'm, hopefully gonna go to, I don't want them seeing me as a boss student, just like, oh, he got in just because we gave him a little chance. But UMBC really took a chance where they really accepted me, and knowing that what I'm going for is for economics, major in economics, and it's quite so like all around based into the financial world. So like I did this little post for my decision day. I said like, glory be to God, but if God says I'm gonna drop out, as I'm joking, it's like a back reminder for me that no matter what, like I'm not really gonna drop out. Like it's really a blessing to me in disguise, because they kept me on waiting list since last year. They told me like beginning of March that I got accepted, and like when I opened in the counselor office, I was beyond happy. Like the whole building knew like this shit is not like this is a blessing right here, because like it's like waiting list from last year and you got accepted, while like you got declined from your top choice UMDs, Towson, and like a couple other ones, AMT, CAT in North Carolina. So like schools like that really made me reflect on myself, and past last year, they know what happened, my car crash, and really like redefining yourself, really restructuring how you are emotionally built, because I always set plans for myself, and when it get destroyed or a milestone comes through, I really get aggravated, because it's like this is the path I wanted to take.
Yeah.
But I don't want to take no other curve.
Sometimes
but
you gotta take
those curves really the
life
surprises.
just be thrown within.
Real shit.
Exactly.
So like those curves really be the surprises where the gemstones are at. So you realize
really
that,
learn the most.
oh, like this is better than the path I was thinking of taking. So like honestly, like taking it upon myself, knowing that the school that I selected won't be easy. Like I would really be below most standards compared to like these past last year. The students that attend from my school were like the top 5 students that really went to UMBC, and me being part of them, and I'm gonna see them next year, means I'm gonna be competing with other top 5 students from other schools that decided not to go to Harvard, Yale, but decided to go to a more substantial, hardcore school that really redeveloping their like president, like you said. Like we have a first black female president for our school next year, and I'm gonna be a part of that as a freshman. So like I'm really trying to connect the same way you did with her to understand the social structure for the school, so students won't feel anxiety with education, because like for that school, I believe they're really doing something great beyond themselves, putting the standards out there for Maryland school. Like it's not just College Park, the best school in this this state, bro. Like we really have these hidden gemstones that are around, that when you really look deep, they're way better than the ones that are paying $60K, $50K a year. So like I really appreciate y'all really mentioning that. So like for sure, like any question you want to.
Yeah, but for me, like you were saying, like you get accepted to different colleges and stuff. Like me, I got accepted to like all the colleges I wanted to, except the one I actually wanted to go to and run track, that was Florida State. Damn. I was mad, because I was like, okay, if I just bring my times down, I just get healthy, I could actually walk on to Florida State, and I know myself, because I just started track like 1 year, and I'm getting college offers from different schools. I'm like, if I just take it serious, a couple years later, I know I can really do good in this. So it's like, okay, I'm getting different offers from coaches like 25%. I'm like, yo, am I not worth this much to them? So like, if I go here, it's like I'm not gonna feel as valued as someone's getting 85% scholarship in track. Like they're just gonna put them to the side type of stuff. Damn, regionals, like it was 2 weeks after I got injured, so I got back. My hamstring, I got back. I was running, okay, I'm just run something. That CCBC coach walked up to me like, you know what, just take my number type of stuff. Like, we gonna talk to you and whatever. So me and my friends, we just went on a visit up there. And the campus is nice. I was surprised. I was like, people make CCBC look like, it's like this is trash school, whatever. I was like, yo, this is CCBC, like, this is actually a good campus. So I was like, all right, it's cool, whatever. Then he was like, you know what, if you sign early, like, we can make something happen. So I did what I had to do, and I'm not paying nothing. So I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like, that's cool. Instead of just going to another college, like UMBC, I actually wanted to go there.
Right.
It's one of the schools I wanted to go to, UMBC Morgan. But Morgan was just playing with my money. That's why I really, they were just playing my money. They got a good track team and whatever, but they were just playing with my money. And So I just UMBC, no money
Done.
from them. It was just I was cool all the way in Boston, but I'm like, yo, it's cold. I know my body, whatever. Like,
Yeah, we
if I run the cold, I get injured like crazy a lot of times. So I'm like, CCBC is the best option. So that's how I just made it. Like sometimes people make you feel like you're not worth more. Like even some of my friends that I knew, like I wouldn't say I'm near my homeboys or whatever. Like they didn't understand what I was going through because they don't play sports or whatever. Like I think I'm the only one like that really takes it serious. Among my homeboys. So like they athletic and whatever. But, like they really into school work and stuff. So like they was like, yo, you just making a dumb decision. Like you could go to UMBC because I'm smart and whatever. I can go to UMBC. But they just made it look like, you know, CCBC is a dumb decision.
No,
But me knowing myself, like, you know what, yo, like just focus on your own path. Everybody got different paths and stuff. So that's how I just chose CCBC.
I believe like with that, like that really shows your circle, because like when I was like making my whole, like realistically, like people already knew like UMBC was a school that I was gonna go for, but like I wanted to like really achieve big, and the biggest was Princeton. So like trying to go for Princeton is like, and for the major I'm going for, it's like a right, like you're one.
What's a major?
Economics.
Okay. You
So like for economics, like me is like one grain of rice amongst many. So like these are like out of state students, probably 5.0 that went to
Like,
private
out of
school
the
that are
country.
applying for Princeton. So like when my major setback happened for me, I just had to realistically look within my options. And like it's really, really a blessing like choosing. And like, it wasn't nothing wrong with going the CCBC route, because I knew I would have not had nothing to pay for over there. And then when transferring, like I could really go to any school I want in Maryland, automatic acceptance, and I would have went to College Park. But I'm happy for what I got.
Yeah. See, but college, I believe that we need to like redefine education and separate it from talents and passions and actual gifts and careers, you know? Because honestly, if you always think about the money, you're never going to get nowhere. Because money is the biggest hold on somebody's neck that you can hold through society. Honestly, if you think about it, right? If you do what you got to do for the 4 years, my friend also brought this to my mind. She was like, you do what you got to do. You grind as hard as you got to. You get the career that you've been dreaming of. Those loans, those bills, they're going to be paid off in what? 5-7 years. Instead of going to giving up your dreams to settle for society and where they want you to be, the trap. That's the trap of it, the money, you know? So once you get that out your head and you know, and you get out the competition of, oh, I'm not going to be as like them, or I'm not going to be like them. Like, once you really like define yourself in your mind and hold that strong, then it's going to be like, I got this. And then once you realize that, you're going to see stuff start coming. It start flowing. And then you're going to get that. You're going to get that internship that you've been dreaming of. You're going to get those grants and scholarships that you've been dreaming of. Because you stay on top of your shit. Like,
Right.
you can't lose that. You got to be like, oh, I want this. And if you anything like how I am, when I'm like, I want it, I'm gonna get it.
No
I'm
cap.
gonna come and get it.
No cap.
Shoot.
Yeah.
And once you do that, like you said, like stop thinking about, oh, it's gonna be 30,000. How much does your mom make? How much does your dad make? You know, like they make that type of money because they worked hard to get there. You know, and yeah, you might have to pay for a house, you might have to pay for a car, but you gotta set your limits.
Definitely.
You gotta set your limits. If you want that $1 million house and you got this 50,000 loan,
Which one you picking?
exactly. You know, you can do something small for a moment and then grow. You don't have to come out like, oh shoot, I gotta get this Lamborghini, whatever. You know, you don't have to go for the Saint Laurent and all that dumb stuff. Like, stop it. Stop comparing yourself to everybody on the media.
Yeah,
Because
man.
once you do that, you're gonna F yourself over.
Nah,
And you're gonna go broke.
Like,
in the world. Yeah,
You're gonna
really
go broke.
crazy.
one thing with the trip made me realize, like, recording it, is just like how distant we all are, bro. Like, when you take these road trips, you don't understand, like, Illinois is really huge. I don't think, see, social media make people look like they're face to face on our daily life, but they're really not. They're like miles away from you.
Exactly.
So like when you're doing all these stuff, is it really for yourself at the main time, like right now, or is it like the stuff you could do on the side so you could post it, or it's the things you could do for people to see about you? But like within being happy for yourself is how like you go within your life. But just bring it back to you a little bit. But for being like on top of a majority of people being, you know, SGA, ASGA. So what are certain goals you have for yourself?
So like certain goals I have for myself, always be better than the people that was before me. Always make an actual change. Like with my administration board, we really work on the mental health of our students because it's very important. College can be stressful, and college can also just be like, why at this point? Because like, why am I even here? So we really work on them, just trying to understand like what's going on. Our senators reach out to the actual people in the class to see what they want to get changed. How can we enhance some things? How can we change some different things? Because we're in office and do better. We're not here to stay the same. Don't get me wrong. Like when it comes to activities and stuff like that, that's really not our realm. Because that's in Morgan, we have campus activities board. That's CAB. Yeah. CAB take care of that stuff. You want to get lit? Talk to CAB. My job is to make sure you get okay as a student. If you need tutoring programs, here's the tutoring programs that we have that you don't have to pay for. You need help on a test, here's some test programs that we have before, writing labs, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And we also want to work with them is like with our majors. My mission next year is to really help the person with that major actually relates to real life. I realize a lot of people that go to school in their majors, it doesn't obtain to what they're doing. Like our economical thing that we're doing right now, they're really going to teach you how to make money. We're not just going to tell you just as a student, like, well, here are some ways you can apply for an LLC. Okay, cool. That's cool how I'm an LLC, but how can I get a grant? How can I actually not get a loan from Navy Federal? Like, how can I actually get a grant from them and pay off everything, and I can still relocate the amount of money I'm making? And like for what else? For theater, like you don't want to just act. Who can I act for? What internships can I go for? Like what else can I do to make this type of, you know, excitement? Like it's great. I like she said, start small and get big. We're gonna start you small. We're gonna start you on a good start. Definitely. Like I don't want to I don't want to put you out there and you just stuck. No. Like for me right now, I have an internship in New York because since I changed to multimedia production, my communications teacher, he was like, let me see what I can do. And I looked into it, got into Undefeated, and there was people that was popping up. I just put in my GPA, put in my name, and I'm out the door because that's something I want to do. And like they know I'm not coming from Baltimore, New York, so I'm like, so where I'm going to stay? Fifth Avenue. I don't know where Fifth Avenue is at. I just know it's a place where I can stay. So I was like, okay, cool. It's New York, so I know it's going to be expensive. Like off rip, I know it's going to be something like, you know, productive because I told myself I want to put myself in a position to succeed. And that's what for everybody. Like, don't just go to school and you're not going to come out with the outcome what you want. Like, I want you to, like, go where you need to be and have a career. I don't want you to just have a job. I don't want you to just have, like, a placeholder. Like, that's what I love about, like, Morgan, because Morgan put me as a career for what I want to do. And I'm not even reached my senior year yet, but still just have an internship. Already just a blessing. It might not going to be paid. And I said, that's fine. I'm in New York.
That's really the spot.
That's the spot. Like I don't want to be in this ESPN. Like I'm going to do stuff with ESPN. I'm gonna be a PA, a production assistant. So from June 10th, to the end of June, I'm gonna be like, you know, working behind the scenes, see what they do, tell them to come in, tell them to cut off. Like
you at the back of the credits. Right?
I'm the back of the credits. Like I see them, and guess who's gonna be in New York? Michael, Stephen M. Smith. He's gonna be there. So I'm like, all right, bet. I'm gonna see his face every other day. I can't say no to that. He ain't shit, but he know he ain't shit. He get paid to not shit. And I'm going to be right there with him saying you ain't shit. Like, it's going to be perfect. And I just, like, opportunities like that, that's what we should really offer the students. Like, in college, I feel as though, don't just teach me what to do, tell me what to do. I want, like, if you a business administration teacher, like, you know you got to follow before you leave.
Business, like, really sit with me and, like, ride my
Exactly. Like, who do I connect with? I don't want to work with a worker. I want to work with a CEO. I want to know the boss. I want to know him. I want to know the person who put money into my pockets.
Connections.
Not the person that's crying with me. Like, I don't want to cry with you.
I try to smile at that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we both broke. Ain't nothing gonna get done over here. He knows how to get things done. That's why I feel so college should really do. Because, like, at this point, a lot of colleges, especially like some PWIs, not all, they really teach you what to do, but they don't teach you how to do it.
And do you really see like in our society there's a lot of gatekeeping to that?
Oh yeah,
Because,
of
like,
course.
If
They don't feel like there's a lot of money to give out.
Right. Because if you really think about it, there's enough for everybody's plate to eat, like beyond enough. But some people just want to be selfish enough to put so much on their plate. Like you could give me, honestly, like as to how my standard is, like you could give me a really 5-bedroom decent house crib with my Tesla out or Toyota outside, like I'm straight, bro. And couple vacation a year, and I'm not like dying for my job, which I'm not, really, mentally enough to be there for my family when I need to, and like really be beyond stress. And that's why like going for that major is really opening the doors for me. And like there's beyond many things I could go for politically, scientifically, business wise, and I don't know like exactly how I'm gonna stop. But looking into like really my future like person I want to meet, Elon Musk, him going through it, being an economics major and getting a physics major master's on top of that, being literally a businessman.
Yeah, that's one of the people I
rocket
want to
science.
meet. Him,
Like-
Jay-Z, J. Cole, there's people I want to
Like
meet.
it's really
They just on a whole different type of level.
reading up to their mentality and how they
Creativity and money.
correspond to society is immaculate. Like this man really redefining freedom of speech by Twitter, just because like this man just wants to. Like they cutting out his like freedom of speech just because he can't say certain things, cutting him out. Man just say I'm gonna buy y'all out, and he did that.
He did.
that.
$44 billion.
$44 billion.
He says nothing, man.
Like he
Nah.
said, he got the loans from the bank because he know he's gonna pay them back.
Oh,
Think
God.
about it. It's Elon. He owned Tesla.
No
Like-
cap. That shit is like, I mean, he did bring up the topic of how he could fix world hunger. He could fix a major problem, right? But it won't be deserving to society at all. Not knowing that something you didn't work hard to change won't feel the same. Like if it's automatically fixed, like everybody eating and like nobody really. That's why we have a problem of obesity. Like in the first place, it's beyond people's portion eating too much, and like people personally can't control themselves. And if there's food every day, people really eat too much, and problems like that occurs. And for my country, I don't really think it's deserving towards the political side of it, because we don't have good people everywhere.
Yeah.
So,
Some
like,
of them balance.
Nobody's gonna be working hard if everybody has everything.
right, and the previous billionaire being Bill Gates that went there to try to fix this issue really got his money took because nothing changed, but he really got mad about it because
It's
he dropped
crazy.
a bill or a couple money on it to like really fix a couple issues.
You talking about
And he
Nigeria?
Yeah, and he came back
Crazy.
and the shit was still the same. But they saying that he was capping this and that. But if you have already a structure of a proven plan, this is what y'all need to do, guarantee it's gonna be fixed. And y'all put it beyond yourself, like, we will set that aside because it's not coming from us, like arrogance and ego. Like
I got a question
that's
for
crazy.
you. So you talking about real estate, right? You probably know I talked to you about it before. Like I want to get into it. So are you trying to get into it, real estate?
So basically, there's a lot of online classes there. You just have to research what brokers you want to work with to do those classes, who you trust and who you don't. The one I went with was, can I say that name?
They didn't sponsor it. But,
Go ahead.
Okay, so I went with Long and Foster to do my 2 weeks because that was most convenient for my schedule, and it's a end of the course exam that you take, and once you take that, then boom, you gotta go to you go to take your PSI exam. You can search that up on the Google or something, and it'll just be there. And once you pass that, while you're studying for this, it's best to do internships with brokers. It's best to do internships, and once you do those internships and you find what broker you want to associate for the next 3 years, you go and do that. You get that internship, you work, build your clients up. Like, go everywhere, tell them, like, yeah, I'm a real estate agent. That's how you build that, and then you work towards selling these houses and getting buyers and sellers, and you have to know your market. Pick a market that you really like, you believe that you can do the best work in, build your revenue, all that. You're gonna have money rolling in. It's not gonna come in in the beginning. It's gonna be hard. It's going to be hard because a lot of people going to be like, well, why I'm gonna go with you? Like, you never even sold a house. Like, shoot, how can I say I trust you? Like, you're gonna mess me over.
So wait, you doing this right now?
Right now, I'm studying to get my license. So yeah, give me about a month.
Yeah, cause I got one of my homeboys too. Like we trying to do it again, but he started, but I can't because track and everything. I'm just busy.
I'm not.
But like, yeah.
I'm not even gonna lie.
You remember? Hold on, let me finish. You remember Sean?
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sean started getting into it. Like he's wholesale, wholesale.
Yeah.
So like from high school, he's just going straight into it.
I feel like if you really want to do that shit, you could do it, bro.
I mean, yeah, I want to do, but I don't have what's it called. I can't not now. Maybe after track season, I'm just trying to get into it.
Don't procrastinate shit. Bro.
I'm not trying to procrastinate.
But
it don't matter, bro.
The thing is, you gotta learn what you value more. Like, what do you value more? And whatever you value more, go with it. Quit whatever you doing, whatever's taking up time, wasting time, because where's that going to get you at if you're not passionate about it? Don't do something without the passion. Simple as that. Because if you do it without the passion, you're going to hate yourself. You're going to regret. You're going to have a whole lot of misery and a whole lot of why and like self-doubt, like you're not good enough. But like when you're passionate about it, like shoot, if I know how to cut hair, I know I'm the best in the city, I'm not gonna have no issue. I'm not gonna think about no like
barbershop.
Exactly. Like even if I'm doing it out my basement, I don't care. You wanna boom boom boom. I could be in my basement cutting hair. I have all my clients, and then you could be somebody in a bigger shop down in downtown or whatever, and have only one customer a day. Like you just gotta learn what means the most to you. You know.
Do you think college changed people?
Yes, it
does. Like you seen like I want to see the negative part and the positive part. Like,
I know you probably got a lot right on the homie side, like your circle. I specifically want you to talk to them.
Yeah, like from your perspective.
Bro, what? Yo, what? I mean, college really be changing, Kakas?
The whole
time. College really be changing. Like, bro, what? Dummy. I literally came in with like 15 heads, right? I can name all the heads. I'm not going to, but I can really like come in. Some people change for the better, and then some people change for the worse for themselves. And what I mean by that is like when people end up wanting to become this clique, that clique, trying to see what's going on, trying to find themselves, but they end up finding the worst part of themselves and thinking that's who they are. Whole time that's just a phase that they're going through, and they're believing the worst that whatever's going to happen. So it's like college really just be changing people like for the better in some cases. Like my friend Q, he came in, really wasn't that talkative, but now he does videography, now he does photography, now he does stuff for himself. I mean, yes, he might have distanced away off from the group, but his loyalty always remained the same. So like you really can't question like people like him. Same thing with my man Safe. He does graphic design. He love his major, do what he do. He's doing his other stuff, but his loyalty still stay the same. Like when it comes to the dudes that came in the group, we always stay solid because at the end of the day, we know that's still my bro. I might not see you every day. I might not talk to you every day. But at the end of the day, if you need someone to sleep, my couch is right there. You good. You need something to eat? There's some oodles and noodles in the refrigerator. Help yourself. Like that's some stuff that we always been on because our loyalty just stayed the same. Women are different. Women, how they change is crazy.
Especially about Maury.
Bro, what? Oh my God.
Would you say like taking a relationship out of high school, taking to college?
It's completely worse. Oh my God. You gotta think about high school, everybody know each other.
Right.
College, nobody know nothing. You gotta know to get to know that person.
Right.
So like, bro, what? Oh my God. We was cool. I'm not gonna tell you the story. We was cool. It was like whatever. She didn't like me because she's like, you know too many people. You friendly for me.
Well, honestly, it needs to relax because like in some instances, like,
I just got
here.
Thing.
Right? It's a good thing.
Literally just got here.
How could you blame somebody on terms of how well they're interacting with others? Because you have to be a good person to really remember.
you being friendly. Like,
He's
I'm
right.
just a nice
I mean,
person. What are you talking about
but-
being friendly?
But the part
That's
of it
just
is
me.
just like
You can't know
you
people
being
anymore.
ASGA, right?
Yes,
Student
I have to
government.
talk to
you
people.
really have to interact, and you really
All
gotta
the
be
time.
known.
You're being
Everybody know
friendly.
that.
Right, you really gotta know. So for you, I don't know why it gotta be a blaming part. And for me, being a creative, doing TikTok or Instagram Reels and doing like
Yeah, TikTok,
YouTube and
famous
stuff like that, it's like it really gets me in the mind of thinking, because like I remember doing these stuff because it was fun to me and like I like doing them. So you can't tell me you ain't helped me edit these videos. You ain't helped me come up with the ideas. You can't blame me for being known from these people. It's just part of who I am, and you gotta accept it or not. So it's really
and
crazy.
That's when that success start coming in and the people
Yeah,
start hating.
yeah.
You know?
Oh, that's the worst one I hate. What's called like a lot of people like, especially when I started TikTok after
That- yeah.
they started calling me, oh, don't stay away.
That's
from
what I'm
TikTok. like,
saying.
bro,
That's what I'm
People really
saying.
be praying on downfall.
Like that's the good part of change, because you realize that the loyalty is there, because they think you changing or doing something for yourself as in a bad term, because like, oh, you leaving or you trying to separate. It's like, bro, in this life, you literally came out your mother alone. You ain't hold hands with these folks,
At all.
and you don't know when God says they're gonna stab you in your back when it's not like appropriate. And so doing things that you're gonna remember and tell your family and kids that, oh, I did this, I remember I could help you with this, I could tell you how this went. So like for these folks, it's either they want to stick around with you throughout the goods and the bad, or they just want to like hate on you on the side with the curve.
Exactly. Yeah.
Would you say like there's a point like people start calling you stuff that now you just leave up to what they calling you?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
like when I just mentioned, like, you know, there was a phase I would say I was like, you know, people started calling me that. Can you shut up, yo?
Wait, nah. The fact of that being that is not just that the name of it. It's the fact that maybe you are beyond attractive for many group of people. Like on the level terms, I've been around like very good looking women, and I can't say one I probably see me attractive out of all of them. I'm just there like, damn, this is really who I am now. Like, ain't nobody really gonna tell me, damn, you look good, let me get your number, this and that, because I really gotta be the one to tell these females, like, I'm good enough for you. I got this below me, I got this, I could tell you, like, I'm really valuable enough to take your time out of the day. But at times I get nervous. Yesterday I went to Towson. I couldn't tell this girl that I want her Instagram, because nigga, I'm not really like that. But like from the outside of those that really say that and like really call you out for that, they just don't know how you are to interact, bro.
Right.
It's just like,
I was what's it called, the woman situation with you in college.
So basically,
Yo,
I'm trying to think. I mean, it was nothing negative. It was more of a like, you see, it was basically, I was 18, and you know, I just came in, whatever. We was cooling, no negative energy. What happens was, it's like she wanted me to change, and
Slow down.
like not even slow down. She wanted me to change because like she knew Randy's out there. Randy's fun. Like he's him. He's not going to change for nobody. And she was like, wow, like you've always been on his face. Can you just sit down? I'm like, yo, it's not my fault. That's a you problem. And then months came back, things happened, whatever. We started being a little distant. She was like, you know what? I feel so it wasn't the fact that I didn't like you. It's the fact I didn't accept you for you. And I had to realize that you can't change people for who they are. You gotta let people be them. She says, Randy, I love you. I just don't like you.
oh,
And I said, I can live with that.
yeah, that's bad.
And like we was also like work together. Like we was in SGA. I'm gonna say her position, but we was in SGA. So like things was already weird to begin with, because she didn't like how people liked me. But I said, child, you see me. If anybody gonna see me,
for her
you
to
gonna see
like
me.
you, how she expect other people to see you too? Like in the first place, like
I was just light skin face at this point.
ah.
That's all it was. That's literally what she said. Like
Yeah.
you just pretty. I said that's fine.
But that's good
I would
though.
not be going
For
back.
you, like
I wasn't.
you.
I was the
Me?
Yeah.
Sure. It came off a real like in your face. Everybody's just in your face like, oh my gosh, hey, can I meet you? Can I know you?
Yeah.
Can I get your number? All that. And then with girls, like y'all already said, see, like y'all already said, I was like, no, I'm not about to get that name. I'm not about to get that name. Shoot. Even though, like, yeah, I did entertain people, but it's like when you get that, when it's like being a female at Morgan, it's like, oh shit,
you like what you like, bro.
she a little.
I'm not gonna say it, but
it was
you like what you like, though.
You couldn't hang out with nobody. Like,
Yo, come on, cut it off.
and a lot of us didn't like hanging into like the public areas, like the library or the student center. So we'll go to dorms and stuff, you know, and going to dorms, you know, as a girl walking out of the dorms, it'd be like,
Oh, shit.
So then it's like, no, you gotta like. I had to step back from that because I was not about to get that name. Like it was already like people was like I saw you with this dude, like I saw you with that dude, and I'd be like, no, you didn't. It was somebody else, you know. You try to hide a little bit because it's like, nah, I don't want that name.
For many instances, like I don't want to put no female on blast, but like. If you had to say, would you really stick through being with somebody throughout college, or like will you wait after your whole process over and redefine like, oh, maybe I might get married, or maybe I might try a little date here? Because y'all talk about your mental health. I don't think it's really healthy to be with somebody when you die in school.
You just gotta learn who you with. Like you gotta really trust them fully to be around them and be in that relationship, because college is just like a mini preparing for the world, you know? And if you can handle a relationship in college, you're going to handle it in the world because there's tens of thousands more people out there. Shoot. And, I mean, if that's what you want to do, if you want to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
Not my cup of tea for real. I don't really do the relationship thing, but, like, you know, it's like...
I'm joking with you. Go ahead.
But it's like, yeah, you just gotta learn who you with. You know, you gotta trust them fully.
All right, for you, yeah, I mean, yeah.
So basically, I'm glad you said that. Like she said, definitely trust who you with. But it's also, it's like, you know, make sure the person that you're with gonna be like worth it. You feel me? Because the last thing you want to do is like you're in a position where you with somebody and y'all really not like together. Right. Like y'all in a situationship. Don't be in a situationship. It is so uncomfortable. Like you don't know what's going on. And like you can't even get jealous because y'all not even together. So it's more of a like
many restrictions.
So many restrictions. So it's like I feel as though if you're in a relationship, it's just fine. If you want to, go ahead. It's a free world.
If you ain't learning nothing positive from them, pick up positive behaviors. Don't be with them.
Yeah, that's one thing about me. Like, if you're not making me grow,
I think I
wouldn't take you serious.
It's too easily.
I find people attracted through their mentality. Yeah. Like, if your mentality really attracted to it, bro, I don't care how you look, what you feel like. Listen to what you're saying. I'm talking in terms of how like guys be like, oh, I like a girl with a bare ass. Like, oh, I'm not saying like that's not part of it, but I'm just saying like, why would I like? Look, you could really be with somebody for the body, but if they really not in there in the head,
you're wasting your time.
You wasting your time. Matt Instagram worthy female. No offense, I'm not attacking nobody, but I'm saying like, you're telling me you're just trying to have to do nothing, look pretty for Instagram, and that's it. Yeah. Like, what happened to I want to be in Dubai
Instagram
doing stuff that I want to do for myself? Like, bro, I will be that sideline guy taking the pictures. Like, if you want it
but to it turned into like, you got to pay my bills, you got to pay my loans.
You got to do this for me, like, to really uphold. And I really start to like redefine like who the females I really want to talk to, and knowing, understanding, like you said, the trust. Like I'm not really starting nothing as I am right now with nobody before I really step into it, because I know how this school is not for joke. Like UMBC really about to kick my ass. So like for the part of being helping between both parties, I'ma just definitely do me. And if she's still trying to ride the ride with me, like, hey, it's a bet. But if she got her stuff going on, we go our separate ways and life moves on, man.
But what you said, the looks don't matter, whatever. For me,
you would not approach an ugly girl. That's my thing.
No. Come on. That's
exactly.
There's no standard of saying somebody's
and
ugly or pretty.
that's where y'all messed up. That's where y'all messed up.
It's like this, right? It's like this, right? At first, if you see somebody, I don't know you. I don't know nothing about you.
Exactly.
So why am I walking up?
For
to
you to like an ugly girl, y'all have to be friends first.
No. But the thing is, how would you? I ain't
That's why I ain't want to.
What I'm talking about is that
Gotta be friends first.
And that's the hard about society.
Let me
it's
finish.
college, bro. This is a bunch of women from all over. That's what I'm saying. Like
The world.
the world from like South Africa could be in your school, bro. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's not really about like looking at the person as a whole.
So then why go for a relationship? Why even go for that?
No, we don't do that.
Tens, and then it's zeros in your mind. Like, you know?
You're hard.
Like,
Oh my god.
A deepness. But yeah, so like I mean that's where like this like college surrounding really comes in hand, because it's how somebody who's able to really stick through helping you tutor you through the phone and like help you with your assignments, make sure you pass this test. Are you gonna be worried about somebody who probably looked the best getting 10 guys in their DM every week, and you really striving, really hitting it, and somebody who really genuinely care about you, want the best for you over that? Like, bruh, that's where I say like you're not gonna really.
I get that, but I'm
gonna-
saying at first, like without knowing the person. Or
Oh,
not.
yeah,
At first,
at
I'll come
first.
to you because I think you look good. But
Yeah.
if you don't have nothing else up there, I'm just dropping you. That's it. Like that's just you just pretty for nothing. I'm sorry, you just pretty for nothing. But if you
They
pretty
do
and got,
exist.
Yeah. No offense, no.
If you pretty ain't
but
got-
we're not the
got it,
other
yeah.
people on podcasts. But like we're not really trying to do this to attack nobody. Honestly, we're not really trying to attack nobody. No, dead ass. So like scratching that on top of that for y'all. No, you're a sophomore now.
Yeah.
You're a sophomore, right?
freshman.
Freshman. Would y'all really take these travel abroad opportunities that's gonna uphold y'all?
Absolutely.
Oh no lie. My place and destination is Paris, because like I really think like Paris being the heart of Europe, like honestly to me, like, I don't know where else, maybe London, UK, like, but for me, Paris really the spot where I feel like when I go travel abroad, it's really connected with like many other countries that I could. Oh, Spain, I want to go. Oh, UK, I want to go.
Picking up on languages.
I'm on the
You
Spanish
gotta-
side.
I would say
Good
Dubai.
plan.
Dubai, yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like just the what's it called. If you trying to get into like buildings and stuff like as real estate, all that stuff, Dubai, I feel like it's the place because this got a lot of properties, and it's not just any type of properties. It's high class properties.
Anyway,
That place is bummer because they always had broken down houses in the city.
I mean, no. Honestly, I'm waiting to like, because you could
I
tell
know where
me
you're coming from now. That makes sense.
you could tell me that, but like the plans that you have to have. We talked about this in my economics class. You can't just tell me like, oh, we built that whole sector, because it's built upon the structure of how the society in that place is. Are the people well educated? Are they having jobs to pay the buildings that you just built? Like, you gotta put these people, feed them first before they feed you at the end. And nobody's really, who hasn't, able to sacrifice that yet. So like, for Baltimore to really have somebody really successful to redefine that structure, like my teacher really out here excited for the I don't know what spot it is, but like the plaza up at Orange Mill where Wegmans at, they're about to build one down in the city. So like it's really about I know what that effect did to Orange Mill because I lived there all my life for 10 years. And how like that building, Wegmans being so well connected from Brownstown, Milford, all around Franklin, people really come in there to buy fresh groceries. You see people just there hanging out on the weekend, and they hold like events before COVID happened, and it really brings out the community. So like one of those are like the experiment. So like before you really just think like, oh, buy up the whole hood and then refix it, it's not that easy. You really gotta start small and redefine it. I mean realistically, like you taking these people out of their homes or like out of their own like areas, so like.
And that's where it starts in like the school system, because we gotta it's like everybody's brainwashed, basically. We gotta unbrainwash them to know that you can have more, you can do more.
Better.
It can be more than just, like, it starts with little things at home. Like, my grandmother used to tell me all the time, like, in front of my house, I could not litter. Like, if I threw something, I had to go out there and clean the whole gutter out. Shoot. And it was like, stuff like that. Our teaks and homes now. That's why our cities look so bad. Like, our trash is crazy. Like, shit. Like, and that's why a lot of people be like, yeah, I want to get out of Baltimore. But not a lot of people are trying to help Baltimore. Like, teach Baltimore. And then it's the same way with the media, you know? A lot of us would like, we don't really know the media. We would, just like I was the lab rat, we're the lab rats for social media. Because we don't really know what we doing. We trying to learn and figure it out, but like we stuck. We're stuck, and we just gotta unstuck ourselves, you know? Like, so let's
we gotta start rounding up. Y'all got anything else you want to say? We gotta start rounding up.
Why did y'all think y'all need to go to college? Why did y'all think y'all want to go to college?
connections.
Oh no, wow! Give me that.
I did not expect that.
No, like
How are you going to college?
That's the only reason I'm at college, just for connections. Because by the time I graduate, I already know somebody who make more money than me, so I can make more money than him.
No cap.
Just learn, like, no disrespect to HBCUs or whatever, but I feel like, you know, one of the reasons I want to go to Florida State, like them white boys up there. Like they peoples or whatever, like they
white people got different type of connections.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the connection is crazy.
Explain that.
They have illegal connections.
Illegal, yeah.
But like they get away with it.
Yeah, because
they white.
No cap.
So
like,
it is, but I understand though. But don't get it wrong. HBCUs know them same white people. They just know through a different outlet.
Right.
That's all it is. And I thought the same thing. But when I saw NASA come to the school, that's when I realized, okay, yeah, maybe they do got a little something. Like we had the NFL commissioner just speak to one of the students. So I'm like, oh, okay. So like, I'm not going to sleep. You know, I ain't going to sleep on y'all. Like, okay, y'all know him. Y'all just don't tell them that y'all know him.
Definitely.
You feel me?
Who's out there looking?
Right.
You were like, you really gotta be that student who's going beyond yourself. Like, I need this so and so at this school and so. They gonna make it work. Yeah. Trust.
At
like
all
for UMBC is really like showed me like these students graduate with their bachelor's really going for their master's and like hard Ivy Leagues, bro. Like it's not they want to. They really get beyond. And the student that alumni that attended UMBC is the student that discovered the vaccine for COVID. And it's crazy because like where you hear that? Like the student coming out of UMBC, like the things they doing is immaculate. And I just hope to be a part of that success where in many years from now I'm just gonna be sitting at an interview just being like, shoot, don't let me talk to you about 2020, like you know what I mean? So real
man.
Didn't Michelle Obama do something?
Oh yeah, she friends with the vice president.
Right.
Like tell me how like that doesn't make somebody sit like in your school, whatever you decide to go to, be beyond proud. Bro.
I knew I wasn't tripping.
Be beyond proud because like these things are out there. You just gotta be able to win them. Like you just gotta be able to win them.
Alright, we appreciate y'all for coming, man. This is a good episode, man. We said a lot of stuff. Y'all gonna be surprised. Like, yeah, we was cussing like crazy.
Yeah, it was a lot of bleepers.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy, but yeah, it's a fun episode. Why you looking at me? Man, you was out of pocket, yo. You was way out of pocket.
Out of pocket with that one.
But yeah, thank y'all for listening, man. See y'all. We got one more episode left in season 1, and it's gonna be a good episode because it's gonna be a crazy one.
The summer is about to be the spot.
Yeah,
we about to be outside.
But yeah, all right, y'all. See y'all next episode.